Hello all. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have almost done with the texturing part for this interior. So let's continue with the lighting part. So very first of all, let's take a reference over here. Let's go into rendering, view image file, go onto the desktop. Let's take a reference over here. Now go into this and go into the lights. Let's take a V-ray light. Into that V-ray, we have a light called V-ray sun. Let's take a V-ray sun over here, right from here. It's asking you, would you like to add automatically a V-ray sky map? Say yes. Go into this, select this, just drag this here, select this light, go into this, change the color of the light, photon emit radius, we are going to increase that over here, and the intensity of the light we are going to make it as 0.5, and let's make this as a bit of more of a realistic over here. After that, press P over here. Let's select this. Let's just push this till here. Push it up. Now we'll be taking one more V-ray light over here as a fill over here from this axis. Select this as a target. Just push this over here. Select this. Intensity, let's make it as 0.2 over here. Let's change the light color. Options, double-sided, invisible. That's it. So let's go into rendering, render setup. Into that render setup, let's go into the V-ray. Let's make this as a Catmull room, or you can just keep that Lenzos filter, not a problem. Environment, will keep this off over here. Color mapping, we'll keep this exponential, and up over here in this we'll keep this as adaptive subdivisions. GI will keep this irridence map. Light cache, make this as medium, and let's render this. So if the light is very high, we need to reduce the light over here. We'll be doing that over here. So let's go into this, select this light and 0.05. Let's render this again. looks much better. We have not increased any settings yet. If you want, we can give some reflections on the floor also. Alright. So what we'll be doing over here is like, we'll be going over here and let's just push this up more. So we can get more space for the light to enter inside the room. And we can just tilt the light. That would be much better over here, and increase its intensity multiplier to 0.7 over here. Now what I can do over here is like, again press P, go into the perspective view, select this light over here. Now for the wall, if you want to give any other color to the wall, we can go with that. Or if you want to give some darker color for this wood texture, we can give some dark color to it. We can go with a bit of a darker color if required. So alright. So for the wall also, we can go with that. That's a floor. So you need to go with the wall. That's not the color. You need to relocate that. I think this is a color for that. No. Alright. So let's go back to the camera view and let's render it again and see how it looks like. I think we can work with the wall. We can give a texture to the wall if it is required. And we can just reduce the light of the V-ray sun. So very first of all, we'll go again into the material editor. Let's go to the floor section and give a bit more of reflection. Select this light. Let's go into this and 0.4, we'll make it as 0.4, and this, select this wall again. Let's go into the material. I'm exactly not finding that accurate color, so we'll be again taking a V-ray material over here. Let's take that, pick a color. You can go with some kind of a yellowish shade or something. So select that. We'll be assigning that same texture. So just rename it so it would be easy for you to get the right material. So let's render it again and see how it looks like. Yeah, looks much better. So you can give a bit of shininess to the wood texture also. So wherever we have taken a wood texture, that's for the book, that's for this is a yeah. So we can just give a bit of reflection to the wood. So reflection would definitely look good over here. Alright, so let's go back over here. Just give a bit of reflection to it. Let's render it and see. Hope you're not giving more reflection. Huh? So it's not made of steel or metal or something. It's a wood. So reflection, whatever you give over here should be very less. So make sure you apply the glossiness in the minute amount. Much better. And let's render it again. Alright. Alright. Still we can reduce some lights, or you can give a bit of roughness to the wall, because the wall is looking very flat over here. Will definitely add some roughness to the wall. Looks much more flatter. And also we can just reduce its light. So you can just select this light 0.05 or 6, go into the material, we can go into this maps, and let's go into the bump and add a noise over here. Fractal 0.4 over here, a bit of noise. And if you really don't require to give this, if you don't want to give this reflection of this stuff over here, we can just remove that, not a problem. So we'll just keep that as usual 1.6. Go back to the camera view and let's just render it. Okay, alright, looks much better. Just increase its intensity a bit. Also we need to give some environmental fog that will be assigning up. Alright. Alright, now looks much better. So still we have things to do over here. So if you go into rendering, render setup, if you go into this Vray, if you activate this GI environment, would look like this. And your refraction, make it black. So we won't be activating this option. So this is for your environmental sky. If you have any kind of a map over here, so you can just assign a map if it is required. If you have any kind of a sky environment, or we can also use with the HDRI we can use it in the other way. So if you have any kind of a image, you want to see it in the kind of a background or something, you take this and if you render it, so definitely you will see that you will get the light from the environment. So definitely light is there, but the environmental reflections will, have a bounce in the scene because we are used as a GI environment over here. So if it is required at that time, we can put it. If it is not required, you can easily remove it. Alright. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the next tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.